ASA. Now let's talk TalkTalk, and it's estimated around 400,000 of their customers in Scotland have been affected by a major cyber attack on its website. On Wednesday, the company's chief executive, Dido Harding, has revealed that she received an email demanding a ransom from a group purporting to be behind the cyber attack. Ms Harding, who has also apologised for the frustration and anxiety caused to customers, appeared on BBC Radio Scotland this morning, saying that they're doing their best to support those who've been affected.
If a criminal has got access to your personal bank account details, they can't just withdraw money. But what they can do is use that to impersonate you and to use that information then to take out a loan or something like that, pretending to be you. And credit monitoring agencies are able to monitor all requests like that and give you advance warnings so that you can be confident that your identity and your information is safe. And that's what we will be giving all of our customers. We've been working overnight to set that up, and very soon we'll have that information so customers can set that up for themselves.
One of TalkTalk's customers, Eric Stalker from Aberdeenshire, feels angry about what's happened.
Well, I think I've got a lot of inconvenience at the moment, but I don't know what's going to happen in the future, because the things that have been compromised, like my name, my date of birth, my address, these are things that don't change. These can be used for a long period of time. TalkTalk said that they would give a credit check for up to a year, but I'm hopefully going to try and live longer than a year. So I don't know how long this could go on. I feel that they've let their customers down.
We're joined by Professor Bill Buchanan from Edinburgh Napier University, who's a cybersecurity expert. Evening to you.
Evening.
What is the most dangerous aspect of this as far as consumers are concerned?
Well, we think the most dangerous side of this is really the vague and imprecise language that's been used in this instance. When you use words like may have been up to, may have been partially encrypted, is equivalent to a dandruff shampoo saying up to 100% flake-free, which is anywhere between 0 and 100%. There's no technical link between a denial of service attack and the loss of customer details. Encrypted passwords aren't. That's imprecise language. Passwords are hashed, which is to convert the password into a scrambled form. And the way that the hashing is done is actually important. And I think it just scares customers to come out with this imprecise language. Companies need to be much more upfront about investigating quickly and having all the facts so that technical experts can actually understand what the scope is. Up to 4 million customers is anywhere between 0 and 4 million.
Indeed, but my assumption when I hear that is that it's 4 million. But just to go backtrack on what you were saying about a denial of service attack and this hack, is there some suggestion that there was a sort of two-pronged assault here? One in which you attack with this denial of service idea, and while the company's experts are looking at that, you go, as it were, in through the back door?
I think you would have to check back to see who actually said that. If it's implied, then obviously someone is thinking out the box there. It's a standard military type technique to distract someone with something. So certainly it was attacked. Banks are attacked every single day. Many websites are attacked through denial of service. And I don't think you can say for definite that someone went in through the back door while others were distracted and say that. So I think at the present time, then there is no evidence to say one way or the other.
What about this ransom business? We're told that the company was presented with a ransom, but of course that may be from somebody completely different who's nothing to do with the attack.
Of course. So we see the prevalence of what's called CryptoLocker at the present time. So if you get infected by CryptoLocker, then you receive a message to say that you must pay some bitcoins to some organisation.
Something like $500 or something like that.
$500. And most people will pay that because they have their dissertations on there, they have their emails and so on. Luckily, these criminals are actually quite good at what they do and will actually hand over the encryption key to be able to decrypt. We see that in banks just now, so we will see the infection all over. And these criminals are in different countries of the world, which makes it almost impossible for law enforcement to investigate.
But it's interesting that they have attacked, if this is true and if they are indeed behind this attack, they have chosen a very high-profile target.
there are many targets. I think what's happened is that the banks and the finance industry have really got their act together in the UK. Lloyds Bank, for example, went through a full penetration test by the Bank of England through the CBEST certification. So it really shows that the finance industry is really leading the way in the world. The next phase is obviously the retail sector. So I don't think the retail sector are up to speed as much as the banking industry. At present, the banking industry run 24/7 security operation centres. In Edinburgh alone, there are many of our graduates go into these types of roles, and they are really monitoring all the alerts that come in through the bank at any given time. And often you're finding a needle in a haystack. You're swamped with data. You might see one thing that doesn't look quite right, maybe a PIN number that's been used incorrectly a few times, and then you would pinpoint that. And that really needs a completely different skill set to the technical people that we've really provided to these types of companies.
And behind the scenes, do you think the likes of banks who stand to lose money, let's face it, from this, will be talking to TalkTalk Direct to say, look, OK, tell me exactly what you've done or not done?
Yeah, I think that's the problem is obviously we've got to watch when companies share information that they're not gaining a business advantage and creating a cartel. But obviously in cybersecurity, that's a different type of thing. So there are many meetings that are set up and have Chatham House type rules where people across the industry can actually share information with others and be completely open to it. So I think in the UK, we're really starting to switch onto that. In Scotland, we're very lucky that law enforcement speaks quite well with industry and engages with them. So I think we're quite lucky in Scotland in that we have that infrastructure. We have so many companies here, Dell SecureWorks, ECS, RSA, many of the leading cybersecurity companies are actually here in our cities and are looking after our banks and our healthcare and so on. So there's a massive industry which is growing up around this. So we might see this as a negative thing, but actually there's a whole lot of jobs being created in this industry at the present time.
Professor Bill Buchanan from Napier University in Edinburgh, thanks very much.